oftentimes we can look at situations and see them as impossible and say, no way will that ever happen. But the amazing thing is, God is ultimately in control of everything, and better still, everyone, every person. Proverbs 16 verse 1 says, "To man belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the reply." In other words, whatever man does, whatever mankind plans, desires to do, is ultimately controlled and governed by God. Proverbs 21 verse 1 says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He directs it like a watercourse." We can see here that God puts the desires into man's hearts to fulfill His plans. And that person has a desire to do that thing, whatever it is God has put there. And as far as he is concerned, that person did that action, said that thing, whatever it was, of his own free will, of his own free choice, as far as he was concerned. But actually it was God who put the desire, the motivation there in the first place. We see in Ezra chapter 1 and verse 1 about Cyrus. The Lord moved the heart of King Cyrus to make a proclamation. And if you remember, this is for the Jews to rebuild the city of Jerusalem. And what an amazing turnaround of the heart of the king. Because remember, this was the nation that robbed and destroyed Jerusalem and burnt them, I believe, 70 years earlier. It was a miracle. And not only this, God put into the heart of King Cyrus a desire to fulfill God's plans. And actually Cyrus gave all the treasures that he had taken from taken from Jerusalem and taken to Babylon. He actually gave them back to the people so they could have gold and have all the pots and the gold brazen things that were in the temple. And God shows His power in two other ways in this chapter. He moves the hearts of two groups of people. In chapter 1 verse 5, He moves the hearts of certain people to go up to build the house. In other words, the people of the Lord there. And in verse 6, He moves the heart of the neighbours to give them articles of gold and livestock and other items to take back to Jerusalem. So what am I coming to? Well, do you see an impossible situation? Do you see a job that's out of your reach? Do you see someone you like but doesn't feel the same way about you? Do you see an unbeliever who is hard towards God? If the answer is yes, then there is hope, because God is more than able to move their hearts and change their whole attitude around in a moment. If God can touch the heart of the king and also of the lowest of the common people, can He not change the hearts of the ones we are praying about? Can He not change around situations that seem impossible? You know, these verses in the Bible are really encouraging, that there is no person that we are praying about, no situation that we're in, that is not in God's control. And no matter what people around, Christians and non-Christians, no matter what they do, ultimately God is in control of their lives. And as far as we're concerned as Christians, we are glad that God is in control, and we invite Him to move our hearts and turn our hearts around according to His plans. So be encouraged, because God can do and will do wonderful things.